side control, and just like shrimping out isn't gonna work, okay? So a lot of times you get a frame in here and you can go to turtle, okay? The bad thing about that is you're giving up your back, right? But if you have really good attacks from turtle, all right, it's not as bad of a decision as it looks like it is, right? Obviously, turning and giving your back, everybody's like, oh no, and then you bust a move, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, okay. So we're gonna work some stuff. So yeah, he has turtle top, right? So usually he's gonna have one here on the hip, right? And this hand's usually going to be looking to attack, it's going to threaten my neck. Okay, so one thing I like to do, I'm turning to the side so you can see, is I like to post with my head, right? Because if I'm posting with my arms, right, defending is a lot harder because my arms have to be stationary on the mat, right? But now if I post with my head, now I have both of my hands free. Okay, so I'm not posting hand, I'm tucking my chin. I'm trying to put the top of my head on the mat here. So now if he tries to go for the choke, the mat is helping me defend without me having to use my hands. Okay? Because my hands have to do a lot of work right now. All right, let's turn to this side. Okay, so once I post with my head here, okay, this arm is gonna go across and I'm just blocking here, okay? I don't want anything to come under my neck, right? Just blocking, making sure this hand doesn't come through for a choke, okay? This hand, right, I'm reaching across my body and I wanna grab his wrist here, all right? Once I grab his wrist, I'm trying to pull that wrist all the way across my body, tight as I can. Okay? A lot of times, the top guy won't react to this right away because essentially he thinks that you're kind of helping him, right? Because helping him with the body lock, he's going to try to use that to get the hook on the other side. Okay? So I'm here. This hand blocks. You want to have this one over top, and this one's going to sneak down under, right? So you're like this here. Lock in. I grab the wrist. And I start cranking, trying to pull it all the way across. The reason why I'm trying to pull it across because I'm trying to expose his elbow. Okay, if he's smart, he's gonna hide his elbow back so that I can't attack the arm. But now if I grab his wrist and I'm pulling, now his elbow is available, okay? And I'm gonna lock in my Kimura here. Okay, so once I lock in my Kimura, it's important for this technique to switch from the thumb, right? Because I use this initially to grab his wrist, right? I have to switch to a pushing grip. So I get more power when I'm here for pushing than I do when I'm here for pushing. Okay? I don't know, a lot of you guys bench press regularly? Who works out? Oh, okay, yeah. Right? So one of the techniques for bench press is to have no thumbs, right? And just push rather than grab the bench press bar like a pull-up bar and push here. The same thing applies. What is it? Oh, you do? Oh, okay. She's so buff, right? Let's go. Okay, so when I'm here and I lock in the Kimura, right? So he has control. So I don't want to go for the elbow first because that's going to alert him and he's going to realize like, oh, I have to keep my arm out of it, right? So I'm blocking and I'm going to find his wrist first. And now once I have his elbow, I'm going to lock in the Kimura, okay? So when I'm here, I'm locking in the Kimura and I'm switching my grip. So what's here, I grab my own and then I switch to this grip, okay? So now I'm going to drop my hip here. Okay, right here, it's really important that this arm is keeping his arm as tight as possible. Okay, this arm is designed for this technique to keep really tight, and this one I'm gonna push. So this one's pulling, this one's pushing. Okay, so I'm here, coming around. So I'm using my hips to attack, okay? So if he doesn't roll, right, like if I'm able to step over his hip, or maybe I can find his leg here, I'll be able to tap him here with the Kimura, okay? But more often than not, 90% of the time, he's gonna hit that roll, which is fine with me. I'm just gonna follow. I'm gonna keep the grip. Boom, I'm gonna come up to this position, okay? So we're turning a very bad position into flip-flopping it, turning it into a submission attempt, okay? One more time. So I'm in here, first things first. I did something bad. He's got my defense. For him is to just kind of straighten his arm here. So if I'm here and he's straightening his arm, it's gonna be a lot easier for me to rip it out. So when I'm here, okay, I'm trying to focus on keeping his arm bent. Okay, make sure his arm is bent here. And I'm pushing that behind him here. Okay, so here I'm pulling this really tight in, and I'm coming up. Okay, so focus. Don't allow his arm to be straight. Focus on his arm being bent. Right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so speaking of the pocket, right? His control is here on my hip. Right? So the whole purpose of his control on my hip is so that I can't turn into him here. So if I'm trying to turn into him, he's able to just ride my hip there, wrestler style, just ride my hip. Anywhere I move, he's gonna be able to follow, okay? So a lot of times, when I'm going for this technique, an opponent will feel me reaching for the wrist, right? Here, I'm going for a wrist. Maybe I get a little grasp on it. Wait, come in a little bit. I get a little grasp on it, and he rips the grip off. We rip it up, boom. Okay? It's Nogi. Everything's really slippery. Sometimes it's hard to just control using just a simple grip on the wrist, right? So if he rips the grip free, he's forgetting about the control on my hip, okay? So instantly, okay, I have to have good timing. I'm gonna use that as an opportunity to take advantage of it by turning into it, right? So I'm here, I got a good grip, he rips, okay? Then I can turn, right? So when I turn, first thing I wanna do is grab for his leg or his hip, okay? And I'm cupping the knee, and I'm just driving into him, okay? Because now he has no control on my hip, so there's none to prevent me from now turning into him. All right, so we're gonna do this a few times. You're gonna set up for the same technique. Once you get a really good grip on the wrist, the partner is gonna rip that grip free, right? And you have to have good timing to turn into them. You're looking to grab, right? You're looking to grab before grip. So I'm coming up on the post here, right? So if he's really on me, I can grab his hip, right? Or sometimes I like to just collect the leg here, right? And then I'm finding that other knee, and I'm just driving through the mean shoulder. Okay? Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. In this position here. How many of you have ever ended up in this position here, right? Maybe you're on the bad end of a shot and they sprawl on you, okay? Maybe you're going for the technique we just did where we're trying to tackle and he just sprawls his legs out. Okay, so now we're in turtle again. All right, so we're gonna hit a very similar technique here. But instead of it being a Kimura, right, now we're gonna look for an Americana. All right, everybody know the difference? All right, Kimura, Americana, okay? So now he's in front of me. Now let's turn upside. So same thing, okay? I want to protect my neck. See what he's doing now? It's called a chin strap. I definitely don't want this to happen, okay? So I'm going to instantly peel his hands away from my chin. I don't want that. That's all bad. Okay, so I'm keeping anything that's coming under my chin away. Okay? Again, I'm going to post on my head because that frees up both my arms. The arm that's under my arm is the one I want, not the one that is attacking my neck. So again, I'm going to grab the wrist, pull it really tight. I'm coming around the elbow. I'm going to get the grip in again. Okay? This time when I turn it towards the side that I'm attacking. Here, okay, I'm going to go all the way on my back here. Okay? So it's really important that, remember I mentioned bending the arm. Okay? I don't want his arm to be straight here. I'm bending his arm, and I'm going to start cranking as if it's an Americana. Okay? He's going to either tap or fall on his back. And that happens coming up to the same position here. All right, so that looked nasty. Okay, a lot of times the person on top doesn't realize that they're in danger, right? Because you're flat on your back here. So essentially he thinks like, oh, I can take mount, I can take knee right. Okay, but once you get here, then you're applying a lot of pressure, right? So all I'm doing is I'm using my feet and I'm raising my hips to turn. Okay? He falls, I fall off into the position. You got it? One more time. Okay, the positions have switched. He's now in front of me. I'm posting with my head again. Chin strap is a big no-no. I'm getting the chin strap out of there. I'm grabbing the wrist the same way, pulling it, coming over the elbow. I get my key lock in here, over wrist on wrist. Okay, I'm dropping my hip, turning on my back. Here, I have to bend the arm. It's really important that I turn and I'm bending the arm. And this, I can't allow this to be far away. Remember, the looser it is, this he's not going to respect at all. This does nothing, okay? So I have to be really tight. I can't stress it enough how important it is to be tight and be really strong here, okay? Posting my feet, turning. Once he falls, okay, I'm going to keep cranking. Just coming up. Okay? I like to drag him over because it looks more dramatic. Okay? And we're in the same position. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Different finishes, right? So, of course, we can step over and go arm bar. Right? We can step over here and go more. All right, it's a lot of different triangles and like Suzanne Summers, right? There's a million different finishes from that position, right? But if you don't have a finish there, just get your points. Right? Get your points. I'm gonna slam him down. I'm gonna go to knee right, okay? I'm gonna pull him up. I'm gonna get my hooks and go to back, okay? Or go to mount, right? You can accumulate whatever, you can accumulate points however you like, all right? Good work. Get some water. Let's get ready for some rolls.